And once again, very good morning to everyone. And today we are beginning with something really very beautiful. And I'm sure once again it will give you some food for thought. That you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Let me say that again. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Have you ever noticed how some people walk into a room and the room changes, the whole energy frequency changes? They are not necessarily the most beautiful, the richest, or the loudest, but there's something about them. Opportunities seem to find them, people gravitate towards them, even strangers smile at them first. And then there are others equally intelligent, equally hardworking, who feel like they're constantly pushing against a closed door. क्यों नहीं होता मुझसे? Why doesn't happen for me? So what's the difference? Is it luck? Is it contacts? Or is it just destiny? Or is it something else entirely? Something you can actually learn, practice, and choose. So think of a magnet for a moment. A magnet doesn't run after iron, it doesn't chase, negotiate, or beg. It simply exists in a certain state, and the right things are drawn towards it. And what if you could do the same? Not by wishing harder, not by wanting more desperately, but by becoming something. So today's session is called Becoming a Magnet for Good Things. And the most important thing I'll say today is this: you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So let's talk about what that actually means in real life, your life. Let's meet Nandini. She is 41, homemaker in Pune. 3 kids, one mother in law, and a husband who travels every other week. Now, Nandini had reached a point where her default setting was exhausted. Not because she wasn't capable, but because she stopped feeling like a person and started feeling like a service. Her words, not mine. She noticed something uncomfortable. People around her started mirroring her energy. Her kids were irritable, her mother in law was snippy, even the house felt heavy. And one day, a cousin visited. They sat in the kitchen. Nandini, half complaining, half joking, said, अभी तो घर भी मुझसे थक गया. Even the house is tired of me. And her cousin said quietly, या तुम ही थक गई हो अपने आप से. Meaning, or maybe you are tired of yourself. Nandini started one small shift. Every morning she did one thing just for herself, not for the house, not for the kids, for her. A walk, a podcast, 10 minutes of silence with actual chai, not the lukewarm kind. And within weeks, something quietly changed. She was softer, the house was lighter, her kids started coming to her more, her husband started calling more often. She hadn't changed the circumstances, she'd changed the field she was operating from. And the good things started finding her again. Isn't it beautiful? And now, let's meet Shreya. She's 27, junior architect in a design firm in Bengaluru, talented. Everyone says so. But somehow, the good projects kept going to her colleague Ritu. Same team, same experience, but Ritu was getting the client facing work, the appreciation, the mentorship. Shreya was frustrated. She assumed it was politics, favoritism, maybe even bias. And then one day, her senior pulled her aside, not to scold her, just to say, Shreya, your work is brilliant, but when you walk in, you bring your doubt with you, and clients can feel doubt. She went home that evening and sat with that feedback for a long time. She realized she'd been waiting for validation to feel confident, but the room was waiting for confidence before offering validation. So she changed the sequence. She started behaving as if she already belonged at the table, not arrogance, just quiet, grounded ownership. She started speaking up in meetings, offering ideas without pre apologizing for them, looking people in the eye. Within a month, the senior assigned her a major client presentation. She didn't become more talented, she became more magnetic. So, gentlemen, this one is for you. And before any of you mentally switches off thinking this is positive thinking, wali baat, hear me out. Meet Suresh, 46, business owner, runs a mid-sized textile trading firm in Surat. Good at his work, but business had been slow for 2 years. His explanation? The market, GST, competition from China, the economy. And now, some of that was probably true, but here's what was also true. Suresh had started walking into every meeting with the energy of a man expecting to be disappointed. And people, being people, obliged him. His younger brother, same city, same industry, was doing reasonably well. Suresh asked him, half sarcastically, तुझे क्या ज्यादा पता है जो मुझे नहीं पता? What do you know that I don't? And his brother said, भाई, तू सबसे पहले उन्हें बता देता है कि तेरी उम्मीद नहीं है, कि मैं उन्हें पहले ट्रस्ट करता हूं. So you tell them you have no hope before they even speak, and I choose to trust them first. Suresh sat with that. He started something simple. Before every meeting, he'd remind himself of one deal that went well, one relationship that was solid, one thing he was genuinely grateful for in his business. He walked in differently. People responded differently. Three new contracts in the next quarter. Same market, different field, different results. So, what's actually happening in all three of these stories? It's not magic. It's not the law of attraction as a cosmic vending machine where you think happy thoughts and money falls from the sky. It's simpler and more powerful. Your energy, the way you think, feel, and carry yourself, creates a field around you. It shapes how you show up, and how you show up shapes how the world responds to you. So, gratitude makes you notice good things. Positivity makes you approachable to good people, and authenticity makes you trustworthy to good opportunities. So, these are not spiritual concepts, these are behavioral truths. The person who is genuinely grateful is more observant. They catch opportunities others miss. The person who carries warmth draws people toward them, and people bring opportunities. The person who is authentic builds trust fast, and trust is the currency of every good thing in life. You become a magnet not by chasing, but by being, being yourself. So I want to give you one question to carry with you today. Just one. Hear me out. What energy am I radiating right now? Let me say that again. What energy am I radiating right now. Not what energy do you wish you had, not what energy you had last week. Right now, in this moment, what are you putting out? Anxiety, excitement, resentment, gratitude, dullness, curiosity, what it is. There is no wrong answer, just an honest one. And now, pick one behavior you can adjust today to align yourself with something more positive. Of course, not your whole personality, it cannot be changed in a day. One behavior, not your whole day. One moment. I always say, take baby steps. So, one moment, one smile you choose to give. No? Smiling people look good, they emit positivity. One complaint you choose to hold back. One genuine compliment you decide to say out loud. That's it. That's the shift. And shifts done consistently become fields. In physics, there's a principle that a magnetic field doesn't just pull things towards it, it also aligns the environment around it. Things in its presence begin to orient themselves differently. That's what you can be. Not just someone who receives good things, but someone whose presence changes the room, orients people towards their better selves, makes the space feel safer, warmer, more alive. You already know people like this. That one teacher, that one relative at a family gathering, that one friend who, when you leave their company, you feel more like yourself. They are not extraordinary, they are intentional. You're not waiting for your life to become magnetic. You're choosing today to become the kind of person who good things are drawn to. Not because you wished for it, but because you worked on who you are. The world has no shortage of people wanting better things, of course. What it needs is more people becoming better things. So here's your one commitment for today. It takes 30 seconds. That's it. Today, tonight, in fact, before you sleep, ask yourself that question one more time. What energy did I radiate today? Yes, not to judge yourself, not to feel guilty, just to notice. Because awareness is the first step to alignment. And alignment is how you become the magnet. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be anyone other than a slightly more intentional version of who you already are. Start there. Start today. Don't chase good things. Become someone good things can't ignore. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.